Hello, hello. I'm kind of sleepy today, chat. Oh, did chest day at the gym earlier, and I was freaking gassed. It's a hard life out there. Just kind of big sleepy. Oh, funnily enough, in old school RuneScape, they just keep giving me grotesque gargoyle tasks. Howdy, Dylan. Hello. So how's everybody doing? Everyone having a good day? Grinding to get all the characters in Melee? What? Why? Just use an AR code like everybody else. Bam. But it's fun. Sure. Really no arguing that. Dong. That volume's probably good. Yeah, it's I'm still fighting the same fucking boss that I was the last time I did this. Slayer Master only gives me one. Whoops. What the fuck? Activity advisor. Get the fuck out of here. Hate this game. "20 hours of player matches in versus mode, CPUs don't count. You can use multiple players to cut it down. Jumped into a one-stock match with 3 controllers plugged in overnight. Incredible." Whoa.
Smell what Barack is cooking.
Hey, Zinfreako 2, thanks for the tier 1. 8 months. Hey, 2 Perfume songs in a row. I like this music video a lot. Oh, whoops. Let me, put on my prayer, maybe. Whenever you return to a Slayer Master with either a Max Cape or a Slayer Cape equipped, they give you a 1 in 10 chance at getting a repeat of your last task, and I've gotten that twice in a row. 1 in 100 chance to have to fight the Grotesque Guardians as much as I have. I was watching that dumb bitch dad stream. I've been live for all of 10 minutes, so... No cooking today. I cooked off stream, depriving you all of content. Instead of cooking egg burger today, I just cooked a double patty burger. I was gonna make use that beef to make a beef quesadilla, but I don't really have enough cheese. I could have made it with cheddar, but I feel like a quesadilla with cheddar cheese would be kind of weird. Asshole with the first song rec of the day. We'll get that after this boss kill. I mentioned to, I believe it was people in the, might have been on here on the live stream, but I think it was, there might have been a YouTube comment. I mentioned that I like this song, Chocolate Disco by Perfume, and then somebody ruined it for me by telling me that, it's the name of a stand in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Was on Twitter? Yeah. So I was I was told that somewhere. I've started reading Steel Ball Run at the gym in between sets. That's how I'm gonna consume Steel Ball Run, is reading it on my phone in between sets at the gym. Okay, let's grab these song requests. If only I could click these links and have them open in Edge instead of Chrome, but that's definitely not a setting that I want to... Good joke. Incredible. Alright, man! The joke here, chat, is that I listened to this song an insane amount on playing Final Fantasy XIV, because this is the song that plays on the Ultimate raid that we cleared. So I've listened to this song maybe more than any song in my entire life. Maybe like some of the Smashville songs that play in Super Smash Brothers I've listened to more. Because I listen to that all the time playing Brawl and Smash 4 and PM. I mean, it's a good song. Ah. What the fuck? I'm still in the... There's nowhere safe to stand. Bro, my clicks. But congrats on the clear. I have the VOD saved on my computer. I was meaning to upload that to YouTube, and I just haven't. I do have the clear VOD saved on my PC. Ooh, I missed the skip because I'm cringe. I could pull up the VOD off my PC and play it on stream. And it would be just like we, it'd be just like we got the clear on stream. You guys can all pop off whenever we get the kill. I'm not listening to the full 9 minutes of this. I'll go ahead and spoil you on that one. I'm pretty sure we're looping at this point. Goodbye. Copy. Paste. I don't know why the videos autoplay sometimes and don't autoplay other times. Like that, for instance. I grab all of these. I wish there was a more automated way to do this. Stop. I clicked you. What the fuck? Hello? Stop. I love how ringing the bell for this boss is so much louder than everything else. How's the audio balance, by the way, chat? I haven't asked that yet. Shit. This is video game music. Considering it's from a channel called Rhythm Game Music, I'm gonna assume the answer is yes. Use Dash is a game. That's what I assumed. But it also could very well be like the name of a band. Big Chally Spec. Just kidding. Halfway reminds me of like the Mob Psycho opening. Anybody else feel that? Any more Bible stories? Not today. Might do that like once or twice a week. I missed the halberd spec. I noodled the halberd spec. 3rd time's the charm. The song is in perfect diva. It gets covered by Miku. I kind of like this one. Is it this button? How do I swear every time we resize YouTube, the buttons move around. It's not share, surely. I want to add this to my playlist. What is the button? It's not share. There's no shot at share. How do I use this fucking website that I do for a living? It's so fucked up. I have to like, Yeah, so like if I expand the page, the button pops up, but since I was... Is it not the 3 dots? Probably would have been. Did I not click that? Oh yeah, there it is, save. Okay. It is Miku Day, apparently. That's what I learned on Twitter. I hate the way Miku sounds. Wow, that's pretty brave to say on the internet. I like it, personally. I think of my big 26-hour playlist, it's like 370 songs or something right now. I think like 70 of the songs are Vocaloid. Honestly, against is there a connection between Miku and LGBT that I don't know about? Or is this in like the same ballpark of saying like if you don't like Lady Gaga then you hate LGBT? Is there something more substantial than that, or is it just like that because it's pop music? The music video portion of this song is pretty off-putting. It's a bunch of malarkey. Oh Jesus, I have to dodge rocks. Dog barking. Wasn't this the exact same one that was recommended? Is it the same person recommending the same song? Because last time I did this, I'm pretty sure somebody recommended this. At 37 health, this guy definitely won't kill me. Oh. I'll go ahead and grab the other songs. Put them up in. Hey. I clicked you. Shut the fuck up. I could turn off autoplay. Make my life so much easier. Did my song get skipped? I don't know. Did it? I just don't think it's been played yet, probably. It. What do I get for getting distracted and looking over? Oh, immediately it does it again, huh? I have to zoom in so that way I can see through all the text during that mechanic. Yeah, I don't know who recommended this song last time, but this is 2 for 2 so far. I like it. This one ended up on the playlist. More mushroom potatoes for me. Eh. Well. That thing. What, isn't there a more recent, sample of this? I can't determine where I'm... Right there. I clicked, man. I so clicked. I so clicked off. Bruh. JD Song is off his album The Forever Story. You should give it a listen. Great album. I might just do that. I always wonder how the music video industry is nowadays. Because obviously they're still made. But I wonder if like they get the same amount of work, attention, and budget as they used to. I feel like music videos used to be a much bigger deal. A classic. I was thinking about this earlier whenever I was cooking my burg from home. What's your guys' favorite burger to order from a chain? Favorite chain burger? I feel like they all kind of suck. What the fuck? Ow. Default Whopper? Specific name or just a kind? I don't know, just your favorite burger to order from a chain. I don't really know how to define it in any other terms. Oh, so much shit on the ground. Mushroom Swiss if I don't. And McChicken definitely does not count. Five Guys burgers mad overrated. I mean, you get them fresh. That's that cannot be argued. Whenever you go to Five Guys, you get it. You definitely get the burger fresh. Sometimes you get the Bacon King from Burger King. It's the only thing I like on their menu. They also, which, is the Bacon King, is that different from the Baconator? Who serves the Baconator? Is that Wendy's? I feel like as far as fast food ingredients go, I feel like bacon is usually not bad. My answer, is the Whataburger. The double meat Whataburger. Golden Slaughterer. Need to do one more kill. Eh. What is this Metroid background music I'm listening to? I'm gonna gas up the Arby's Buffalo Sammy because I kill for that shit. Yeah, I try to stay as far away from Arby's at any given time as possible, personally, so I've never had it. Team Fruity Pebbles or Team Cocoa Pebbles? I think I prefer Fruity Pebbles. I do, however, I think my go-to sugary cereal nowadays is, oh, please, don't make me, oh no, I didn't kill it fast enough. Oh shit, I've been playing range this whole time as well. I feel like they're both kind of bad because they both get soggy very, very quickly. Basic In-N-Out with animal fries is a banger. This was a topic of discussion because I was in LA last week. All Tribe showed Fyrus In-N-Out for the first time. Fyrus being from the UK. And he said it was okay. And actually, there's the constant debate about In-N-Out, and I'm of the opinion that it fucking sucks. It's really bad. Bro. This guy kills me, so be it. Okay. They feel about Mac Miller? I think Mac Miller's fine. I have no strong feelings one way or the other. Oops, not that one. I just learned what my hospital was, $147,000. Let's go! Yeah, I think the In-N-Out burgers, while cheap, they are quite small and they are nothing special, and they make the worst fries on the planet. The worst fries. I don't know what the it's like they cook the fries, leave them out overnight, and then cook them again. I don't know what the fuck they do so wrong. It's like, oh, you just have to cover them in sauce, and then they're totally fine. And at that point, you don't like the fries, you just like the sauce. Burger King fries are worse. You're out of your mind. No, they're not. It's not even close. Burger King fries are like a 5 or a 6 out of 10, and In-N-Out fries are a 1 out of 10. Yeah, In-N-Out sucks, even for the price. It's like the CC's of it's like the CC's pizza, or no, it's like the Little Caesars pizza of burgers. The reason I love Cane's, everything in the box is a sponge for the sauce. But yeah, also, but the ingredients by themselves are also still good. That's the difference. Something's wrong here. What's wrong with my inventory? Oh, I might want this. And these. Looks like something's still wrong with my inventory. Check. No, I guess that's fine. Games travels extremely poorly. I mean, as does literally all fried food. We're not listening to the final minute of the song. Goodbye. Two more song requests since last time. Elite Dungeons. You guys saw it. Show me the tape. This right here became the pause became a play. We all saw it. Dairy Queen. I don't think I've had anything from Dairy Queen that isn't a shake. Around Oklahoma, we have a different burger / ice cream place called Brahms, and the ice cream at Brahms is much superior. So I would never go to Dairy Queen if I had a choice. Brahms does have some straight terrible burgers, however. If you're ever in Oklahoma, do not get the Brahms burger. What's this gospel music we're listening to? My mom loves Brahms burgers. They're always dry. They're always so dry. A phenomenal degree. I feel like the worst fast food burgers are Brahms and Sonic. It's pretty impressive how bad Sonic burgers are. Brahms fries, fuck. I feel like so many people have opinions about fast food fries. I feel like they're like all the same. It's just like, oh, these ones are crinkle cut. So who the fuck cares? It's still fried potato, you know? Curly fries go crazy. Well, curly fries, it's implied that they're seasoned fries. Which is not the standard order fast food fry. It's like saying that, like, it's like comparing McDonald's fries to, like, fucking nacho fries from Taco Bell or something. It's just entirely different. Astounding how bad Sonic is at most of its menu. Some time ago, I don't know if they still have it, but they had wings, like buffalo wings on their menu, and I actually thought their wings were pretty good. Maybe because it was so seldomly ordered, my wings were, if I got them from there, they were always fresh. Rally / checkers? I've never been. Not around me. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like in most fast food places, they like the fries are the same. Except for In-N-Out, who fucks it. They fuck it up tremendously. Like, I feel like McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King all have the same fry. Sonic will have specialty burgers every other month, and I turn up for those. Yeah, I don't know. Their standard, like, their standard regular ass burger is just always is trash. So I have no faith. That they would be able to do anything else and not fuck it up. Like, the usual fry that I cook for, or the usual burger that I cook for myself at home is way better than any fast food burger I ever order, and also I hold back. Like, I can make a really tasty one if I used ground beef that was higher in fat content, or if I, like, basted it in butter. But that makes it way more unhealthy, so I don't do it. I hold back my power level. And it's still way better. Itadakimasu. Only use the Kaioken times 3. I've never played No More Heroes. I'm sure it's great. Oh jeez. Let myself get down to a +8. I believe that Michi M is my favorite. Miku producer. Games themselves are kind of not well made, but they make up for it because they have a lot of personality. Yeah, I don't know jack shit. pretty much. Oh shoot, I didn't have my story body on for that. Additionally, in Los Angeles this weekend, we gave Jome, aka Jome La Jome. You guys may be familiar. Guy from Mexico had his first bite of Taco Bell this weekend. I think he ate a beefy 5-layer. Dad was taking pictures of the event. And it's a real a picture is worth 1,000 words type thing. What was the review? Everyone was pretty drunk already by this point, but he's taking a bite and he's like looking down. He has long hair that's like covering his face, and he's like holding up one finger, and then there's a dramatic pause. Then he goes. And the entire room pops off. Pretty good. What in the goddamn is this? Have I heard this? I feel like I've heard this before. I feel like I've heard this before. Oh yeah, I've definitely heard this. Ooh, big chally speck. No. Missing the heel skip. Oh, was crying shame. I just have nothing to say. Just if I talk, I'm gonna miss it, you know. How long is this? I hope it's like 10 minutes. It's yeah, it's 9 minutes and 44 seconds. It's true.
Communism is based.
Curtis, thanks for the gifted. Woo! Incredible. What the fuck? RuneScape 3 music. Oh god, there's so much shit on the ground I can't see. This shit sounds like Akira. Kind of goes. You know, I like Akira music.
Do you smell what Barack is cooking?
Pfizer, thanks for the tier 1. 32 months. The RS3 version of the Freebird solo. It's pretty funny. I have a lot of Rune 2Hs in my inventory. What instrument is this? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I'm not a real big music nerd. I remember the name of the Akira song that I always think of. Miku. High power. Kid Cudi. Back we go. We get a link to the playlist so none repeats. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to do that. Public. Copy. Buck pull. A classic. Wow. Noodling my halberd specs. I wonder if Miku is more or less popular now than what she used to be. I think she had a larger slice of the popularity pie back in the day, but more people use the internet nowadays. Less per capita? Yeah, absolutely. But that wasn't the question. Miku is pretty synonymous with online culture at one point, but not necessarily so much anymore because way more people use online. Oh yeah. What character is that synonymous with modern online culture? Probably like Minecraft Steve, maybe. Dude, what the fuck? You don't range this guy? Or, no, I got one. The metaverse avatar of Mark Zuckerberg. That's New Age Miku. Not as popular as she used to be, though the most popular Vocaloid type songs of recent are some of the most streamed Vocaloid songs ever, and all of those don't even really use Miku. Yeah, probably just through ease of access from streaming services, right? Spotify, etc. Pepe the Frog. Well, Pepe the Frog was popular at the same time as Miku was. Pepe is old as fuck. He just kind of held on for a long time. There was a renaissance of Pepe. Heck Miller. I recognize the album cover that this is the smudged version of. He's sitting naked at a table, but the table doesn't really cover anything. What is it called? Watching TV with the Sound Off? Or is that a different album? I don't remember the name of the album. Watching movies with the sound off. I see. Yeah, I think like I think this song is like pretty indicative of my opinion of Mac Miller, is that I can appreciate it, but like the slow, somber, lyrical type of rap and hip hop isn't really necessarily like a subgenre that I enjoy listening to all too much. I always felt like Mac Miller was kind of like bedtime rap. It was very slow and sleepy. We go next. Parenthetical best version, high power X Devil in a new dress. I feel like mashups like these, there's always something a little wrong about them. Reading the Haruhi light novels, and I'm finally done with what they adapted. Really shows how good KyoAni is, since the Ellens are good, but nothing great, and they turned it into my favorite anime. Yeah, that's pretty much the opinion I have also. Additionally, whenever it comes from adapting manga into anime, like you have like keyframes that are already done for you if you just reference the manga panels, and that isn't the case whenever it comes to light novels. Which is usually why whenever there's a light novel adaptation, it's slow and it sucks and they hold on the same shots all the time. Also, I think even for light novels, there are very few illustrations in Haruhi comparatively to what there are nowadays. I have no way of confirming that, but I was told that once. Light novels have some images. Yeah, for like a Haruhi novel, they'll have like, it'll be like a 200-page book and there'll be like 5 or 6 illustrations. Not very many. Big rest in peace to the Code Geass character designer. Wasn't aware of that person, nor the fact that they've died. Any good anime recently besides One Piece? No, not really. I haven't watched any mini anime lately. Pretty much, my anime time has pretty much just been One Piece. It's crazy because I think Rick Ross is awful. But I think this verse on Devil in a New Dress is pretty good. Such loyalty, you must be engrossed in the story of One Piece? Yeah. Watched all Chainsaw Man. That might be the most... I watched all Chainsaw Man, which I thought was okay. I think the characters are mostly miserable. But it looks pretty sometimes. And hilariously enough, I don't think the times that it looks pretty are the times that would be what most people's answers would be. Ronald Reagan for president 2004. Dragonomics. Who else said I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself? Who stole the lyric? Is that Jay-Z? Gonna take you to the glory. Hello? What the fuck? If you click on the tab at the top, has a little, whoops. Frozen anyways. I missed. This has been the longest Dusk Part 1 my entire life. fucking instrumentals to this. Beep, 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 beep. Kid Cudi. Ouch. The Boy Who Flew to the Moon, Volume 1. Did he make Man on the Moon 2 recently? Nice gaming. Hello, Halu. Any restrictions / rules for the song requests? No, not really. YouTube link. This one can go on the playlist. Grim Jammers. Go away. I'm pretty sure that prayer book, you can like sort your prayer book in OSRS now. You can filter it, but I'm not gonna do that. I know where my stuff's at in the prayer book. It would make it harder for me. Son of a bitch. How do you feel about the new possible prayer book? I'm all for it. I'm down for more options. People are worried that, like, oh, the new prayer book is gonna be too good, the power creep, when the existing prayer book in old school RuneScape is already vastly overtuned. Prayer is so fucking good. And it's hilarious because, like, 75% of them are unused. Doesn't make the icons bigger. That would make the content easier, and we don't want that. When was the last time they added stuff that people actually use? Not that long ago. The Karasi. With the Wilderness update. It's like best in slot spec weapon at several bosses, and also for PKing. Oh boy. Metal pipe falling sound. Okay, that's enough of that. Animation. Water. Is Miku leading the Israelites out of Egypt? That's one interpretation. It's old Miku. Like, it's just Miku walking at the camera for most of the music video. Miku got a long ass neck in that shot. Hope you find your dad. I don't know what to say about that one. Darts you using? I'm using Amethyst. Miss the blowpipe spec. Sometimes fail that heal skip. I also sometimes fail that heal skip. I'm also using Masori, which is a difference maker. I was in your gear? Oh. The song gives me real inviting the girlfriend over in high school vibes. Gonna take you to the glory. This is the best album ever made, chat. Nowhere to stand. Under him real fast. This is the guy that eats babies. It's true.
And that's the bottom line.
Hey, Longshot ADC, thanks for the sub.
So.
What do you feel like? Sound like popcorn chicken like in Futurama. True. Wonderful. We love graduation. America too. Nope, not that one. This sounds like it would be a Taylor Swift song. What the fuck is this? Next year. What the fuck? This shit putting my ass to sleep, fam. I'm about to doze off. Church camp church camp dance slow tunes. SRS seems real good for playing while watching something else. You would be correct in that assumption. That is how most people do it, myself included. Bro is pretty much accurately describing my feelings about the song. Okay. I'm sure Denzel Curry will have the same vibes as that last song. I think I need to add like a Franker Face Z emote. Was it Nodders that I'm thinking about? Peppy nodding. Something like Cat Jam. Not really like Cat Jam, but in the same vein. Yo, just a link. Wow, it's so nice. Yeah, it's Nodders. That's what I was thinking about. Wow, I think they've, since the last time I've looked at Better Twitch TV, they've expanded their emote slots, because I'm at 15 of 50. Their GTV emotes, Nodders has been added to the chat. ETA on Survivor? I don't know, maybe like half an hour. 45 minutes. I like this. This goes on the playlist. Bam. This one ought to be a hoot. Big Willie. All right, man. This is a PS4 game trailer? Is that what I'm seeing? That was a bad take on the sync. Yeah, you got to do another take, man. Might be the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Just might be. What's that one Seven Nation Army cover that everybody would always donate to the WoB Media Share streams? Alright, man. Attitude 7 Nation Army? Yeah, that's the one. Ooh, just posting a link. Not using the channel points. I see. 7 Nation Army video. That's why they called him K-Dot. Ooh. Good thingy pops. Oh, got the heal off. So sad. Yeah, I think I like the Meek Mill parts of that song, and I don't like Dave Patton, whoever the fuck that is. I feel like I don't like those parts of the song. Classic Pictionary, NES. That's the dude that makes his music videos. Ah. Incredible. Perhaps that explains it. Fuck me. slapper. Folsom Prison Blues. Bam. What the fuck? There's one underneath me. So prepared, he doesn't even have to do any prayer flicking. I mean, you don't really need to do any prayer flicking on this boss. You can if you want to be like really sweaty, but I don't really see the point. Is prayer magic? There's also magic. Prayer is mostly used for protection from melee magic ranged. Yeah, the only important ones are protection from magic missiles and melee, and then piety for more melee damage, rigor for more range damage. And then kind of sort of augury for more magic damage, but not really. Augury doesn't really do much. It says it increases your magical attack by 25%, but that does not mean your magic damage. So augury is the stepchild of the three. Feels like an oversight or something. I don't think it was an oversight. magic damage like its chance to hit. Yeah, it's accuracy, but oftentimes it doesn't make a huge difference. By buffs to your damage, you can just have increasing probabilities. Yeah, the thing is, like, whenever you're using magic, it'll oftentimes change it from like a 90% chance to hit to like a 92% chance to hit. So it ends up being a very marginal increase in damage. However, with the other two prayers, it increases your damage and your accuracy, but not for magic. Never lucky. The other two are objectively better because they do more damage and hit more frequently with each stack. Correct. Long song. It's 5.5. Oh no, I don't have enough to spec. I should recommend a 16-minute song. I mean, I could just close out of it. I'm not legally obliged to listen to the entire thing. Fuck, just autoplay. Did it? Definitely just this is not. I didn't do anything. This is not. we go here next. Also, it's strange that it plays Japanese music after Kendrick. Wasn't there a time where you could do a quest to get an item that turned you into a monkey? Yeah, that time is right now. It's called Monkey Madness. Bow, 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 bow. My 8.8k point ass. Never getting that song request. That's what the survivor gambling is for. It's infinite points. That's why I said with Snake on Survivor, now I'm poor. Well, somebody else got your points, so it was true for them. What the fuck? I missed the skip. No shot. That wasn't half bad. Armani White. Ooh-wee. I did legs yesterday at the gym. Oh, and I can really feel my my hamstrings start to tighten up right about now. I feel like it's usually worse 2 days after if you've not been going regularly. And I'm getting to that point. You know, I've noticed something. The entire time I've been streaming today, the entire time, every single one of these kills, I have not gotten a ranged potion or a super combat potion drop. I think that's like it's like a 1 in 10 or something to get either of those drops. I got them all the time. Yeah, I usually do also. I haven't gotten one today. What would we gamble on a Bible stream? I mean, you can't really predict anything because it's not like any of this is new information, you know? I like the song. Whoops. Not that one. Many chapters before there's like a list of names. Yeah, like people could just pull up their one on their end and fucking look it up. Whereas whenever we gamble on animals in Survivor, it's really not feasible for them to, for anyone to scout ahead of time. Because it's a lot of footage, and you don't know what animal I'm gonna pick. The winner takes it all. Wasn't there like a comedy show that did a cover of this? Am I remembering correctly? Hey, look, super combat potion. Thing that I said that I hadn't gotten all day. Fuck. That's pretty fast kill, 122. Oh, this one to the playlist. It's a classic. Oh yeah. This is the part of the Grotesque Guardian trip where I can't fucking see anything through all of the loot on the ground. Nice. Is there an option to toggle the loot text? Yeah, there is. But I like it elsewhere. It is a good feature. I can also pick it up. That's another solution. Chungus. Big Chungus. Big Chungus. Just truly a masterpiece of shitposting. Oops. It shoots me that way. The absolute dedication to the craft. Big Chungus. Anyone want to run 08S right quick? It's a good fight. Bro, he keeps shooting the freeze orbs at where I'm running. My knowledge of OSRS comes from challenge runs on YouTube. Challenge runs how? Like, I have 24 hours to make an account that does X, Y, or Z. that has sex with the sandwich lady. Or I give away everything I make to somebody in the comments. Just talking about settled. Tile Man. How the fuck? I can't believe that Tile Man has that kind of a reach. It's just like Settle does go for broad appeal, and I guess it works. I'm just surprised that of all the OSRS content, people are like, yeah, I want to watch some guy make this really fucked up account that would be a misery to play. Present shit appealing to people who have no clue. I mean, yeah, at the start of all the settled videos, he explains what he's doing, like nobody has played a single day of RuneScape in their entire life. But regardless of whether it's easy to watch as somebody who's new, I'm surprised people click on it to begin with. You feel me? Is the FF6 final boss, right? Correct. But it's the Final Fantasy 14 version, but it's the Big Chungus version. Pet hunting or CAs? This is Pet Hunt. I have all the combat achievements except for the kill the boss 20 straight times without leaving one. And I just have to like bring more Sarah Brews, essentially, and like a SGS and a Blood Fury. The 14 plus hour compilation I can turn on no less from code. Yeah, the Snowflake Iron Man accounts. Magic Alien Robot traps you on an alternate dimension to see how you, the player character, is so strong, so he summons other FF bosses to do it. I played that raid, and I didn't know how or why you had to fight other Final Fantasy bosses. I didn't really question it. I just knew that he was summoned by Omega, and I didn't know anything further than that. Did you skip every cutscene? I skipped all of the Endwalker and all of the Shadowbringer. That's the name of the expansion. Ouch. Fuck, what the fuck? Oh, your Solid is the only series I typically don't, but the cutscenes in Final Fantasy 14 are bad and the story's boring. And the game's also like hundreds of hours of long, so Time just really flies whenever you're listening to Dancing Mad Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood by Siva Gunner. I've read more stupid gotcha game stories than FFXIV story. Gotcha game story. I bet those are great. Presentation in 14 is just so bad. Yeah, it's just... having to go on stupid asinine MMO fetch quests really ruins the pacing. Death Stranding's ending cutscene. Uh-oh, this is bad. I'm about to eat a lot of damage. Ow, 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 ow. Ooh! Another one spawned where I was trying to run to. I'm gonna do the mechanic this time, I think. While I almost died. He fucking nails my ass. All the individual cutscenes are pretty long, but you do walk around during the credits scene, and that technically counts as gameplay. There's 11 of the 17 minutes. Just when you think it's over. Then it actually starts. Maybe doing nothing, but it's presented in an interesting way. I mean, it's also the stories are just good. It's telling an interesting story. Despite the cutscenes being long, it's not like they're poorly paced. Yeah, after you beat the final boss in Death Stranding, it's like another 2.5 hours or something of falling action with essentially no gameplay. It's cutscene and then walk around while somebody talks at you, and then cutscene and then walk around while somebody talks at you. Oh shit, I didn't have my torture on. We're listening to this song and talking about Metal Gear, so I gotta bring up the MGS1 Big Chungus clip. Okay. Here we go. This is such a good video. The writing, the voice acting. Like the pause as the cutscene's loading, everything. This is really good. If that were real, it would fit right into the story. Also, fits right into the story of MGS1. Song requests are now closed. If you donate if you redeem a song request, I'm not gonna. It doesn't go through. Oops. Whoa, my OSRS lags whenever I load Perf Dennis. We love Super Sentai. WTF. Can't find an open Chinchappo world. What the fuck? Bro. Not really my cup of tea, but music video is cool. Boy. Do. What's that put my, Let's just check over here. Learning about my Grotesque Guardian KC. 758. Blech. Thought it was less than that. Killed so much Grotesque Guardian. All my Grotesque Guardian tasks have come from Konar, and I've been searching for an Alchemical Hydra task, but she refuses to give one to me. So I keep doing Grotesque Guardians. Do this, bring you over here. Eh? That's better. Now that I'm just catching Chinchompas. Got like 4 out of 10 Hydra. Yep, not me. I've gotten 4 Guardians tasks. Or I've gotten a Hydra task. This one's a classic. How many more songs? 2. Including this one. I'll tweet that Survivor's starting. Are you aware that there's a stand called Survivor? Like after the... Is that a Destiny's Child song? Am I right on the artist? I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up. That one. Named after the rock band Survivor, band that sings Eye of the Tiger. Oh. Aren't they like German or something? Is that right? Am I confusing that with somebody else? So I have a fun little story for you guys from hanging out at Jacob Alfred's house this week. At one point, I think it was on like Wednesday night or so. We had like 12 people in the living room, conversing, drinking, as you do, socializing. I don't know how this came about or why, but two of the categories for the Alpharad Awards that were hosted on Sunday was most gay and most straight. And somehow, some way, around the dinner table, it ended up evolving into gays versus straights trivia. Where there were 5 gays and 5 straights. Fucking Windows Movie Maker. On each side, I was one of the straights. And we would take turns, and we would talk amongst the group and ask the other side of the table a question that we didn't think that they would be able to get, based on their gayness or their straightness. One of them that we lost, for instance, was name 3 women who are mother, and we all looked around and we said, "What?" Name 3 women, yeah. We asked them questions such as, name 5 athletes who are currently active. 5 active athletes, and one of the first responses was Michael Phelps, which he retired a long time ago. But one of them that I was pretty proud of, that I got a total shot in the dark, the gays asked us the question, what is Lady Gaga's first name? And, somehow, some way, everyone was looking around and they were like, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it's Stephanie. I don't know how or why I know this, but I'm pretty sure it's Stephanie. And then I was right. I don't know how, but I got it right. Score 1 for the straights. You have to do a degree of sportsmanship amongst it. Like for instance, a question that I concocted was, name 2 actors that played James Bond, trying to be sportsmen, because I can name like all actors that played James Bond, but I was like, yeah, Daniel Craig's an easy one, but do they know anyone else? Like, can they pick Sean Connery off? And they did. I think if I would have asked, named 3 actors that played James Bond, that's probably the sweet spot. Because I feel like Sean Connery and Daniel Craig are the gimmies. Should ask them to name all. Can I name all of them right now? Sean Connery, into Roger Moore, into Timothy Dalton. It wasn't Pierce Brosnan after that. Fuck. I'm missing. There's a missing link between Timothy Dalton and. I missed one? Oh, the guy, Are we talking about the guy who played in Casino Royale in the non-canonical film? The one-off guy? Yeah, I don't know who that is. Roger Lazenby? Lazenby? I don't think his first name's Roger. George Lazenby. I got there. Into Pierce Brosnan, into Daniel Craig. And also Sean Connery came back whenever he was way older for one film. I think the Straits asked to name 3 Michael Bay movies with to ask them to name 3 Michael Bay movies, and I don't think they got it because they could list like 2 of the 5 Transformers titles, but couldn't and couldn't think of any other Michael Bay film. That was pretty funny. Anyways, that's the end of the queue. Ambulance came out like last year. Yeah, none of the gays had seen Ambulance. Obviously. Now we have a black woman Bond. We don't have a black woman James Bond. It was a black woman 007. Who's on each team? So the Straits were... It was myself, Japan Braden, Bobby Wasabi, Eric Pointcrow, and I'm trying to remember who the 5th one was. I'm trying to remember who was number 5 on Team Straight. I don't think Cade was there. I can't remember. And on Team Gay, we had Tia, who was Bobby's GF. We had Jacob Alfarad. There was, I think there was, gosh, who all was there? I was pretty drunk. Kind of hard to remember. We weren't keeping score, but the gays definitely won. In the end. I think it'd be pretty fun to have it, to do that, but have it moderated. Have it moderated, to judge the fairness of the questions and to keep score. Anyways, it's time for Survivor. I can go into the Discord and ask if anybody remembers. I've shot the question. Anyways, I'm gonna run ads. Oh, ads are naturally about to start in 20 seconds anyways. Running ads and making a cocktail, and then we'll start watching Survivor. I'll update the title. Oh, the one I was missing from Team Straight was Altrive. How could I forget? It was me, Eric Pointcrow, Bobby Wasabi, Japan Braden. Ads running. I'm gonna repeat myself. I'll give the full roster here shortly. I'm back. At one point, at one point, the Straights asked the Gays, Name all 5 elemental types in Magic the Gathering. Or card types. Which, other people seem to know, but I didn't, so I was not in team effort. Contributing much in that regard. And one of them called, I think it was Izzy, called, literally phoned a friend, and they nailed it. Anyways, it was Jacob, Tia, also known as Sweet Tea, Bobby Wasabi's girlfriend, a girl named Abby who I hardly talked to. That was the only time I met her that week, I think. She ended up pulling through pretty clutch on a lot of the questions. And then there was Yaki, and then there was Izzy against me, Eric Point Crow, Bobby Wasabi, All Tribe, and Japan Braden. And Jaden Ross and Giwi were spectating. Abby Bagel. I don't know where I'd know her from. Hi, Jacob. Don't Magic the Gathering arc? Hell no. Absolutely not. Y'all couldn't name one Marina album? Come on, man. What are some other, since we have Jacob Alfred in the chat, what were some other highlight questions that were asked that night? Five Mark Wahlberg films? Can I name? I don't think I can name 5 Mark Wahlberg films. We got Mark Wahlberg films. We have Four Brothers. We got Pain and Gain. I'm pretty sure Mark Wahlberg's in that one. We got Transformers 4. Is that one's not Rise of Extinction? I don't remember the subtitle to Transformers 4. There's Uncharted. That was spoiled in the... I can't name a 5th one. A 5th Marky Mark movie. God, he's in so many cop dramas. You asked to name 5 active athletes, and someone said Michael Phelps. Yeah, I mentioned that one. I mentioned that one earlier. Abby pulled through on that one. She it seemed like she wasn't super familiar, but she was able to name like Aaron Rodgers, which she was able to name like Aaron Rodgers, and I think she was also talking like Patrick Mahomes and other active popular NFL quarterbacks. I had Juju. TikTok boy. Good old TikTok boy. I think if I were to come back for round 2, my rephrasing of that question would be to name 3 NFL players currently playing that aren't quarterbacks. I think that one's tough yet fair, because I feel like pretty much only the QBs get spotlight outside of actually watching the sport. There is no honorary gay in Gays versus Straights. If we had Adriana there on Team Straights, we would have had a significant boost in power. Adriana would have made us 3 times as powerful.